एप्लीकेशन हमने स्टार्ट कर दिए थे। तो गॉस लॉ क्या बोलता है कि किसी भी क्लोज सरफेस से जो आउटकमिंग फ्लक्स होगा या आउट फ्लक्स जिसको बोलते हैं, एफ फ्लक्स, आउट फ्लक्स, वो कितना होगा, क्यू अपॉन एप्सिलॉन नोट। तो क्लोज सरफेस से हम लोग निकालते हैं फ्लक्स, टोटल फ्लक्स। तो टोटल फ्लक्स कमिंग आउट ऑफ ए क्लोज सरफेस इज इक्वल टू क्यू अपॉन एप्सिलॉन नोट। यहाँ पे क्यू जो है दैट इज द चार्ज एनक्लोज इनसाइड दैट सरफेस। ठीक है। तो गॉस लॉ का हमने ये डेफिनेशन देखा कि वन अपॉन एप्सिलॉन नोट होता है सरफेस, जैसे ये दिस इज द सरफेस, इन दिस सरफेस द टोटल एनक्लोज चार्ज इज Q1 माइनस Q2 माइनस Q3 बाई Q5। तो यहाँ से हम लोग फ्लक्स का निकालेंगे अगर वैल्यू, तो टोटल फ्लक्स कमिंग आउट ऑफ दिस क्लोज सरफेस इज sum of all the charges which are enclosed inside this surface divided by epsilon naught। तो Q1 माइनस Q2 माइनस Q3 प्लस Q5 बाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट, ये हमें मिल गया था रिजल्ट, राइट। आफ्टर दैट हमने बहुत सारे सरफेसेस देखे और ये डिसाइड किया कि यार सरफेस केवल क्लोज्ड होना चाहिए, द सरफेस हैज टू बी क्लोज्ड ओनली, है ना, द सरफेस हैज टू बी क्लोज एंड द चार्ज शुड बी एनक्लोज इनसाइड दैट, देयर इज नो अदर कंडीशन अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस। इसके बाद हमने सीखा कि चॉइस ऑफ गॉसियन सरफेस विल डिपेंड अपॉन एप्लीकेशन। ठीक है, ऑल्दो द शेप एंड साइज ऑफ द गॉसियन सरफेस कैन बी एनीथिंग, बट वी शुड डिसाइड इट in a way that either the flux line should be parallel to the actual surface area or they should be perpendicular to the actual surface area, right। आफ्टर दैट हमने ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे थे, वी वर ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आउट द फ्लक्स कमिंग आउट ऑफ द हेमिस्फीयर। तो इसका आंसर क्या आया था, इट वाज हाफ ऑफ द टोटल फ्लक्स दैट विल कम आउट ऑफ द कंप्लीट स्फीयर। So if there is a charge q inside a sphere, so total flux will be q enclosed divided by epsilon naught, तो phi will be equal to q by epsilon naught, right। और अगर हेमिस्फीयर की बात करें, तो इन द केस ऑफ हेमिस्फीयर द चार्ज एनक्लोज विल बी हाफ ऑफ q, यानी कि q by 2, एंड द टोटल फ्लक्स विल बी q by 2 epsilon naught। तो यहाँ तक हमने लास्ट क्लास में कर लिया था। अब इसके बाद वी विल ट्राई टू अटेम्प्ट वन मोर क्वेश्चन ऑन दिस सेम कंसेप्ट। जस्ट solve this question beta Gayatri and Shikha. Read this question and try to find out the answer. Just raise your hand once you are done with the answer. B09. ठीक है, तनिष्क ये क्वेश्चन करो बेटा। देखो टोटल फ्लक्स क्या होता है गॉस लॉ से? गॉस लॉ गिव्स दैट टोटल फ्लक्स इज इक्वल टू क्यू बाय एप्सिलॉन नॉट। तो इनसाइड स्फीयर है, देयर आर टू कंसेंट्रिक स्फीयर्स। व्हाट इज द टोटल चार्ज एनक्लोज्ड इनसाइड स्फीयर इज q1 plus q2 plus q3 plus q4. Similarly, total charge inside enclosed inside outer sphere, which is the blue color sphere, is same. Yes. So in case of both the spheres, total charge enclosed is same. And we are given that inside sphere, the sphere which has 10 centimeter radius, the flux is 25 voltmeter. So what will be the flux from the outside sphere? It will be same. That will be 25 volt per meter. Volt meter. Yes. So flux will be 25 voltmeter from both the spheres. So inside sphere it is given, outside we have to calculate, and we know that since both the spheres are concentric, so flux will be same in both the cases. So we don't need to calculate it, we can just write it as 25 voltmeter. चलो अब एक और क्वेश्चन करते हैं, दिस वन, solve this. There are three parts to it. Find the flux passing through a cube if charge q is placed, number one at the center of the cube, number two at the face of the cube, number three at the corner of the cube. We have to solve this. Find the flux passing through a cube if charge q is placed at the center of the cube, at the face of the cube, at the corner of the cube. If you are done with all the three parts, just raise your hands. बेटा हुआ सोल्व? चलो ऑप्शन ए जो है इसका फर्स्ट चॉइस, यानी कि फर्स्ट पार्ट जो है, एट द सेंटर ऑफ द क्यूब, अगर हम निकालना चाहें तो कैसे निकालोगे? एक क्यूब है, उसके सेंटर पे कोई चार्ज है, तो व्हाट विल बी द चार्ज एनक्लोज्ड इनसाइड दिस क्यूब? क्यू। भाई चार्ज पूरा का पूरा क्यूब के अंदर है ना? द कंप्लीट चार्ज इज इनसाइड द क्यूब, so that means total enclosed charge is q, and flux will be q by epsilon naught. तो q by epsilon naught हो गया फर्स्ट का आंसर, है ना? if the charge is at the center, तो enclosed charge is q enclosed is equal to q, so implies flux is equal to q by epsilon naught. ठीक है। सेकंड केस देखो, at the face of cube, if the charge is located at the face of cube, what percent of charge is inside the cube and what percent is outside it? The charge is divided into two parts. If it is located at the face, so half of the charge will be inside the cube and half will be outside it. Yes beta, yes or no? बोलो जी तनिष्क।
यस सर।
है ना? तो आधा चार्ज अंदर है और आधा बाहर है, तो क्यू एनक्लोज्ड क्या होगा इस केस में? अगर मैं बात करूं, क्यू एनक्लोज्ड इज इक्वल टू क्यू बाय टू।
क्यू बाय टू एप्सिलॉन नॉट।
क्यू बाय टू, राइट? तो फ्लक्स विल कम अप एज enclosed charge divided by epsilon naught, implies flux is equal to q by 2 epsilon naught. Gayatri, you got it beta?
Yes, sir.
Yes. In the third case, if the charge is located at the corner of the cube, if the charge is located at a corner, so what proportion of the charge will be inside the cube beta? What proportion will be
क्यू
inside?
बाय 12 क्यू बाय 12 एप्सिलॉन।
q by 12 या q by 4 या q by 8? What fraction?
क्यू बाय 8 एप्सिलॉन।
q by 8, q by 8 होगा ना? देखो अभी दिखा देते हैं तुम्हें। गायत्री जस्ट लुक केयरफुली बेटा, है ना? अभी दिखाते हैं क्या हो गया इस वेबसाइट को। हाँ देखो, दिस इज अवर चार्ज, या दिस वन, दिस ब्लैक डॉट। नाउ हाउ मेनी क्यूब्स आर शेयरिंग दिस वन चार्ज बेटा? दिस चार्ज इज शेयर्ड बिटवीन हाउ मेनी क्यूब्स? 8. Yeah, if there were so many cubes and this charge is placed at the corner of this green color cube, then it will be shared between 8 cubes, है ना? So charge will be divided into 8 equal parts. So what percentage of the charge will be shared by one cube? It will be q by 8. Yes, so q enclosed will be equal to q by 8, and hence flux will become q by 8 epsilon naught. Yes, so in all the three cases, the first one is q by 2 q by epsilon naught. Here if it is on face, it will be q by 2 epsilon naught. If it is on the corner, it will be q by 8 epsilon naught. Okay, if the charge would have been placed at the edge of the cube, so what percent will be there inside the cube beta? At the edge, q by 4. Yes, it will be shared between 4 cubes, है ना? It will be shared by 4 cubes, like just like as it is shown here, है ना? So it will be shared between 4 cubes if it is placed at the edge. So we have solved that question. Now we will see applications of Gauss law. Make this heading in your notebook: applications of Gauss law. Applications of Gauss law. Applications of Gauss law. ठीक है, तो we will use Gauss law to find out the electric field due to multiple types of charge distributions, है ना? तो we have learned beta, we have learned that if a charge is distributed over a length, है ना, if the charge is uniformly distributed over a length, so how do we define such a charge? With the help of linear charge density, है ना? So if a charge is, suppose if it is distributed over a rod or a wire or a string, then we define it in with the help of linear charge density, lambda. Yeah, right. And lambda is equal to q by total charge upon total length. Now this is an infinite wire, infinite length wire, and it has uniform charge distribution over it. Yes, this is an infinite wire, wire of infinite length, and there is a uniform charge distribution on this wire. Yes, and we want to find out electric field at a distance r from the wire. So we want to find out electric field on a point which is at a distance of r from this, which is at a distance of r from this wire. So how to find out? There are multiple ways, and one such way is Gauss law, है ना? So this wire is infinite. It starts at minus infinity and it terminates at plus infinity. Yes, beta. So for application of Gauss law, we have to enclose this wire inside a Gaussian surface. So by our common sense, can we say that ki infinite length wire cannot be enclosed in any type of surface? है ना? If the wire has a length of infinity, can we close it inside some surface? No. But we can assume a hypothetical surface, just like this is a hypothetical wire of infinite length, and a wire cannot be of infinite length. But since theoretically we are assuming that the wire is of infinite length, we can also say that we can enclose this wire in a cylinder of इनफाइनाइट लेंथ, राइट. तो अभी ध्यान यहाँ पे क्या देंगे, जब मैंने आपको बोला था कि द सरफेसिस शुड बी इन ए सच ए वे दैट आइदर द फ्लक्स शुड पास परपेंडिकुलर टू इट और इट शुड पास पैरेलल, इट शुड पास पैरेलल टू द सरफेस. ठीक है. तो व्हेन वी आर चूजिंग दिस सिलेंडर we will satisfy both of those conditions, right? So before proceeding, let us have a look at the field pattern, right? So let us assume this wire, and there let us assume two charge elements, the first one dq and the other one is also dq. They are at x distance from the center of the wire, and if we find out the electric field intensity direction at point p, we will find out that since at point p we are placing a positive test charge, so क्या होगा, positive test charge की वजह से we will have a field intensity in the directions which are these direction, है ना? So dq is positive as well as test charge is positive, that means the field will be in this direction. Similarly, for below dq element, the field intensity will be in this direction. Yes. Now splitting the components, we will realize that from the symmetry of the problem, E sin theta components will be same for both the dq elements and they will cancel out each other. The only remaining element will be in the radially outward direction, and those components are E cos theta and E cos theta. So if we do this for each and every element on the wire, we will realize that the field pattern will be like this. For infinite current carrying wire या for infinite wire with a infinite wire with a uniform charge density, तो क्या बोलेंगे, field pattern will always be radially outward. There will not be any field line which is at some angle or maybe in the longitudinal direction. Every field line will be in the radial direction only. So this is the field pattern that we will observe in case of infinite wire with uniform charge density. ठीक है. These uniform charge density means these lines will also be equispaced, है ना? So this will be a uniform electric field. So this is the field pattern. Now what we will do, we will enclose this wire into a cylinder, है ना? And we will realize that since the field pattern is radially outward, so the flux will be coming out only out of the curved surface area of this cylindrical Gaussian surface. The electric field will only come out from the curved surface area, since the flat surface area is perpendicular to the electric field vector. Yes, if we draw the vector, area vector for the flat surface areas, so the area vector will always be perpendicular to the electric field vector in the case of flat surfaces, है ना? Right. So we will do this. We will enclose this wire into a Gaussian surface. This Gaussian surface is a cylinder of infinite length, and we will enclose this wire into a Gaussian surface. And what we will do, we will realize that these flat surfaces S1 and S2 have 90 degree with the electric field, है ना. तो through these flat surfaces the flux coming out will be 0. Phi 1 and phi 2 will be 0. Okay, the flux will only be coming out of the curved surface area. So we will apply the formula E dot ds. Flux is equal to E dot ds, and from Gauss law we can also write it equal to Q enclosed divided by epsilon naught. So for any area element, for any area element which is for any area element which is on the curved surface area, we will see that this area vector will always be in the direction of electric field vector. So the angle between electric field vector and area vector is 0, and cos of 0 will become 1. So in E dot ds we will write it as E into S, and cos 0 will become 1. So this equation will take a new form, which is E into area of the curved surface part of the cylinder, and then total charge will become lambda L, because lambda is equal to total charge divided by total length, and we are assuming only L part. Out of this infinite proportion we are only taking a short length, which is L. Yes, so L into lambda will give us the charge enclosed inside this finite length element, right? So this will total charge will become lambda L, and the in the denominator we will have epsilon naught. On rearranging this equation we will get a formula E is equal to lambda L upon 2 pi epsilon naught R. So this is the electric field intensity at a point P from the wire, at a point P which is at a distance R from the wire, right? So write down this formula beta, that electric field due to infinite long straight uniformly charged wire is E is equal to lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught R. So we have to write out down this formula. This is for a point P which is located at a distance of R from the infinite uniformly charged wire. Using Gauss law, we have easily derived the equation for electric field. So this is application of Gauss law. Have you written this formula, beta? Lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught R.
Yes, sir.
Shikha, have you written down this? Shikha.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now we will solve a question based upon the concept of that formula, right? Just read this question and solve it. An infinite long wire is uniformly charged with the charge density find out the electric field at a distance of 20 centimeters. So electric field intensity lambda is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught R. Lambda upon 2 pi epsilon naught R. बेटा हो गया क्वेश्चन? अरे
सर कर लो।
देखो, इसको आसान तरीका बताता हूँ। इसकी लंबी कैलकुलेशन तो आपने कर ली होगी, है ना। अब देखो इजी सुनो। कैन आई राइट इट एज 2k लैम्डा अपॉन एप्साइ 2k लैम्डा अपॉन आर, बिकॉज k इज इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन 4 पाई एप्साइलन नोट, राइट। और 2k क्या होगा? 2k विल बी 1 अपॉन 2 पाई एप्साइलन नोट, ठीक है। तो वी विल रिप्लेस 1 अपॉन 2 पाई एप्साइलन नोट विद 2k इन द न्यूमरेटर। सो अब इजी हो गया क्वेश्चन। देन e बिकम्स 2 इंटू 9 इंटू 10⁻⁹ into lambda. Lambda is given in the question as 2 into 10⁻⁻⁶ coulomb per meter divided by r. R is given as 20 into 10⁻⁻2, right? So this is the question. On solving this, अब देखो इजीली कर सकते हो आप इसको सॉल्व।
सर तो बहुत ज्यादा है।
क्या 1, ये 10, 10⁻⁻1 नीचे ऊपर चला जाएगा तो 18 इंटू 10⁻⁹ प्लस 1
18 10⁻⁴।
10⁻⁴। तो ये क्या होगा? 1.8 इंटू 10⁻⁵ और न्यूटन पर कूलम। सो 1.8 इंटू 10⁻⁵ न्यूटन पर कूलम। इसको थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई किया तो आसान हो गया, राइट। गायत्री समझ आया बेटा आपको या शिखा?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना। अगर इसमें एप्सिलॉन की वैल्यू 1.85 लिखते, 8.85 लिखते और वो करते तो देन इट बिकम्स अ लेंथी कैलकुलेशन। तो थोड़ा सा सिंप्लीफिकेशन किया तो इजी हो गया।
सर उससे भी यही आता है 1.8 इंटू।
हाँ, उससे भी 1.8 आएगा, वो तो वैल्यू तो सेम ही आएगी, बट इजी कैलकुलेशन करने के लिए कभी कभी वी कैन सिंप्लीफाई द प्रॉब्लम लाइक दिस, ठीक है। तो देख सकते हैं कि अगर ऐसा हो रहा हो तो हम कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो देन 1.8 10⁵ न्यूटन पर कूलम, ठीक है। अब हम वी विल ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू अ यूनिफॉर्मली चार्ज इनफाइनाइट प्लेन शीट, ठीक है। So in the first application we tried to find out electric field due to infinite wire. Now it is a 2D geometry, it is infinite sheet. So what we will do beta, we will take a सब पोर्शन, जस्ट लाइक वहाँ पे भी हमने एक फाइनाइट लेंथ लिया था, यहाँ पे भी हम एक फाइनाइट एरिया एलिमेंट ले लेंगे, इसमें एक स्मॉलर एरिया ले लेंगे और बोल देंगे लेट दिस एरिया बी ए। इसको ए एरिया बोल दिया है ना, वी आर टेकिंग दिस एरिया ए, राइट। अब क्या करेंगे बेटा, we will try to enclose this sub part of the sheet into a Gaussian surface, और हमारा Gaussian surface will become a cuboid. And electric field pattern will be like this. From a plane sheet of infinite length, electric field will be uniformly spaced electric field lines starting from the sheet and they are terminating at plus and minus infinity, ठीक है। So if the sheet is positively charged, the electric field lines will emerge perpendicularly out of this infinitely charged sheet and they will terminate at infinity, ठीक है बेटा। This is the field pattern. So due to this field pattern, we will realize that the electric flux will only be coming out of the front face and the back face of this Gaussian surface, which is cuboid, ठीक है। So flux will only be coming out of S1 and S2. And since the area chosen out of this sheet is A, so area of the S1 and S2, surface 1 and surface 2 will also be A, right? Now we will apply the Gauss law and we will find out the flux. We will find out the flux coming out of these two areas and equate it to the E dot ds, okay? So we will do E dot ds and the cos 0 will become 1. We will replace area with the 2A. We will replace area with 2A. Electric field E will come up as it is. So 2 into A will be charge upon epsilon naught, and charge will be charge, since it is areal charge distribution, the total charge on this area A will be sigma into A. So sigma is surface charge density and A is the area. So total charge will become sigma A divided by epsilon naught. So 2EA becomes equal to sigma A upon epsilon naught, and on simplification we will get E is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. So write down this formula. This is the electric field intensity due to infinitely charged plane sheet, है ना। तो यूनिफॉर्मली चार्ज इनफाइनाइट प्लेन शीट के वजह से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का वैल्यू आएगा सिग्मा अपॉन 2 एप्सिलॉन नॉट। Just look at this formula and tell me whether it is dependent upon the distance from the sheet or is it independent, beta.
Independent.
It is independent, है ना. And from the pattern also we will see that since these lines are emerging outward, perpendicularly outward from the sheet, and they are equidistant, so they will remain equidistant up till plus infinity and minus infinity. So the density of field lines will not change. So density of field lines will not change. That means electric field intensity will also not change whether you take a reading at 1 meter or maybe 100 meter. So density will come up as the same value. So that's why electric field intensity will also have a constant value throughout. It will not depend upon the distance from the sheet, and the value is sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. Yes, so can we calculate the electric field intensity due to infinite plane sheet if we are provided with sigma only? है ना? If we are provided with the surface charge density only, we can calculate the electric field intensity due to this infinite plane sheet. Yes, only sigma is required. Epsilon naught we already know. So E is equal to sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. Write down this formula. लिख लिया? चलो अब हम ट्राई करेंगे. वी विल ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू यूनिफॉर्मली चार्ज थिन स्फेरिकल शेल. तो थिन स्फेरिकल शेल में देयर कैन बी टू पॉसिबिलिटीज. आइदर द पॉइंट P कैन लाई आउटसाइड द स्फेरिकल शेल or it can lie inside the spherical shell. So if it lies outside the spherical shell, that means distance of point P is greater than the radius. That's why this point is outside this spherical shell. Yes, so small r is greater than capital R. Now we will use the Gauss law and we will equate E dot ds to Q enclosed by epsilon naught. So total charge enclosed inside the Gaussian surface. यहाँ पे देखो, we will draw Gaussian surface with the same radius जितना दूर हमारा point P है ना. The distance the radius of the Gaussian surface is taken as the small r value, which is the distance of point P from the center of this spherical जो है distribution of charge. ठीक है. So in this case we will use this Q enclosed by epsilon naught. E dot ds we will do area of Gaussian surface. Q enclosed by epsilon naught. We will solve E as Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square. We also know that sigma is the charge density. So we can calculate the total enclosed charge as sigma into 4 pi capital R square, because capital R is the radius of the sphere on which this charge is distributed. So sigma into 4 pi capital R square, we will substitute Q as 4 pi R square sigma, and then we will cut 4 pi and 4 pi from the numerator and denominator, and the value will come up as sigma into capital R square upon epsilon naught into small r square. So this is the electric field for a point which lies outside a spherical shell with uniform charge density, है ना, uniform charge distribution. So electric field due to uniformly charged thin spherical shell will come up as E is equal to sigma r square upon epsilon naught small r square when the point P lies outside this sphere. ठीक है, नोट डाउन कर लो ये फॉर्मूला भी. For spherical shell, the point P lies outside the spherical shell. चलो. When the point P lies inside the spherical shell, then the total charge enclosed, no matter what shape and size of the क्या बोलते हैं Gaussian surface you can take, total charge enclosed will always be zero, because if the point P lies inside, so for any Gaussian surface you can take, the charge enclosed will be zero. So we can calculate that the flux will always be as zero and the electric field will come up as zero. So for any point inside the spherical shell, electric field will be zero. So just remember this thing. It is very important result कि for any point inside a uniformly charged spherical shell, electric field is going to be zero. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज जीरो बेटा. ठीक है, तो इसके साथ एप्लीकेशन ऑफ गॉस लॉ का जो इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट था वी आर डन विद दैट. नाउ वी विल ट्राई टू सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस बेस्ड अपॉन दिस थिंग. ठीक है, सो वी विल ट्राई टू सॉल्व क्वेश्चन बेस्ड अपॉन दिस थिंग. ओके, तो हम बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस करने वाले हैं आज। बार चार्ज के करेंगे, देन अब नेक्स्ट क्लास जब हमारी होगी, जो कि है कल है शायद हमारी नेक्स्ट क्लास बेटा। कब है
यस
हमारी? कल ही है ना। तो कल हम इस चैप्टर को फिनिश कर देंगे। कल भी आप लोग सब आना, 10-15 क्वेश्चन हम क्लास में टारगेट करेंगे। अभी भी करते हैं, अभी 10-15 क्वेश्चन आज भी ट्राई करते हैं सॉल्व करने का। तो वी विल स्टार्ट विद द क्वेश्चंस राइट अवे। जस्ट लेट मी ओपन दैट फाइल। ठीक है, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग और मस्त क्वेश्चंस हैं, तो कोई टेंशन आएगी नहीं, आई बिलीव आप सब लोग कर लोगे। ठीक है, तो वी हैव 6 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस। एक सेकेंड, कहाँ गया दूसरा पीडीएफ मेरा? यस, इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स एंड फील्ड लाइंस, अभी इसके बेसिस पे क्वेश्चन है। मैंने आपको शीट्स भेजी थी, की आपने? 1-2 शीट भेजी है मैंने आपको, होमवर्क वो किया?
सर, तो पहले भी कूलम लॉ ये वाली।
हाँ,
हाँ सर, वाली करी थी।
कर ली थी। ठीक है, तो आज और क्लास वर्क वाली जो मैं करा देता हूँ, फिर होमवर्क आप करके आना, ठीक है? चलो, अब फटाफट से करेंगे, 3 ही बच्चे हैं। जैसे ही क्वेश्चन हो जाए आप हैंड रेज कर लेना, ठीक है? तो पहला क्वेश्चन करेंगे बेटा, जैसे ही आपका क्वेश्चन हो जाए आप हैंड रेज कर लेना। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, तनिष्क नहीं हुआ बेटा आपसे? तनिष्क, हेलो तनिष्क, हेलो। देखो तनिष्क बीच बीच में क्लास छोड़ के चला जाता है ना। इन सबको कैमरा पे रखेंगे तो कोई नहीं जाएगा। अभी देखो, दिस इज द क्वेश्चन। स्क्रीन इज नॉट विजिबल। स्क्रीन तो विजिबल है यार। रुक गया क्या? चल रहा है स्क्रीन तो। एक बार डिस्कनेक्ट करके कनेक्ट करो, ठीक है? सो दीज आर 2 चार्जेस बेटा। अब बताओ व्हाट विच इज द राइट आंसर? ऑप्शन, ऑप्शन, विच इज द राइट आंसर? नेचर ऑफ द चार्जेस इन
Option
बोथ, सी है कि ए है? गायत्री बताओ।
C. Option
हाँ
B, sir.
गायत्री, ऑप्शन डी।
B,
अरे
sir.
B, both are positive. How can you say that? Electric field lines are terminating into the charges, या are they emerging outward? They are terminating into the charge. So what nature of the charge is there? Electric field lines
Negative.
terminate. Electric field line terminate radially into negative charges. So Q1 is also negative and Q2 is also negative, because electric field lines are terminating into the charge. So option A is the right answer. ऑप्शन ए इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन, ठीक है? चलो अब क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 करो। 2 करो, राइट योर आंसर इनटू द कमेंट बॉक्स। कमेंट बॉक्स में आंसर डाल दो आप। देखो, consider the four field patterns shown, assuming there are no charge in the region shown. Which of the pattern represent a possible electrostatic field? ठीक है बेटा, ये रीजन ए है. इसमें देखो, रीजन का मतलब क्या होता है कि जो आपको एरिया दिया हुआ है उसके अंदर कोई चार्ज प्रेजेंट नहीं है. देयर इज नो चार्ज इनसाइड दिस area which is shown. So if there is no charge, can the electric field lines randomly terminate at a point? No.
No, sir.
For the electric field lines to terminate, there should be a negative charge. यहाँ पे कोई negative charge होना चाहिए. But question says कि there is no charge inside this region. So that means this field pattern cannot be a possible field pattern without any charge. So this option A is wrong. Option C देखते हैं. Can field lines start randomly without the presence of
No,
charge?
sir.
No. So option C is also a wrong answer. Option D देखते हैं. Can field lines form loops like this?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Field lines cannot form loops. Number 2, field lines can only be in either one direction. Now, if there is some charge here,
Yes,
maybe positive, so they cannot be in the like opposite direction here. So that's why option D is also wrong. Now looking at option B, so it has to be right answer, but how can be there it right answer? Because if we draw that in the given region there is no charge, but there can be some charge outside this region due to this electric field is there, है ना? And that charge can be positive charge on the left hand side and a negative charge on the right hand side. So field lines will be emerging from the positive charge and they will be terminating at the negative charge. So right choice is option number B. ठीक है? Okay. Now question number 3. So which one is the right answer, beta?
So option C.
Option A.
Option C. Shika, which is the right answer, beta?
सर
कौन
ए
सा
है
डाला
ए
आप लोग?
ए
ए है. शिखा ने
सर
पहले
सी वाले में सर बीच में एक गायब है.
नहीं, गायब का नहीं है, रीजन कुछ और है. देखो, a charge q is placed at a distance d in the form of an distance d from an infinite metal plate. The lines of force are represented by, right? तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस की बात हो रही है बेसिकली. अब देखो, पहले हम एलिमिनेट करते हैं ऑप्शन डी को. कैन द फील्ड लाइंस टर्न instantly
No,
like
sir.
this?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Because tangent at a point gives us the direction of
Electric field.
field, and at a given point there cannot be multiple field directions. Yes. So at a given point, if I draw tangent at this turning point, how many tangents can I draw? I can draw infinite tangents here. Yes, there can be infinite tangents at this point. So there will be infinite directions. So that is not a possible answer. So the option D is wrong. Now looking at option B, the direction can only be in one direction. Yes. So here it is downward and here it is upward. So option B is also not a valid field. Option C and option A, they can be the answers, but it is given as infinite metal plate. Yes, metal plate. metal is a conductor, and so on a conductor we know that conductors are equipotential surfaces. We will learn it in the potential, but for now you will remember that ki metals are equipotential surfaces, the surfaces on which potential, इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल इज सेम थ्रू आउट, है ना. तो ऑन द इक्विपोटेंशियल सरफेसेस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस टर्मिनेट्स एट राइट एंगल, है ना. दे लैंड ऑन द इक्विपोटेंशियल सरफेस एट राइट एंगल्स, है ना. ऐसे नहीं करेंगी, हेयर एंगल इज नॉट राइट एंगल एवरीवेयर, है ना. सो दिस इज नॉट अ वैलिड पैटर्न फॉर अ मेटेलिक प्लेट. तो दिस इज मेटल, and metals are equipotential surfaces on which field lines terminate at 90 degree. Yes, that's why option C is wrong and option A is right. So equipotential surfaces, with the help of an example I will try to explain. Suppose this is a wire, copper wire. Yes beta, on the left side if I apply 220 volts, what voltage will I get on the other side? Will I get 220 only?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So on every point the potential is 220 volts. So a conducting metal plate या metal wire is equipotential surface, and on equipotential surfaces field lines will terminate at 90 degree, right? So option A is the right answer here. This is a property of electric field lines और a property of equipotential surfaces. तो आप याद कर लो अभी इसको, है ना. नोट्स होंगे उसमें लिखा हुआ है ये. चलो अब क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 करते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 वेरी इजी, ऑलरेडी सॉल्व इन द क्लास. जैसे आंसर आए हैंड रेज योर हैंड्स. चलो व्हाट इज द राइट आंसर बेटा, बताओ.
So option B.
ऑप्शन
B.
तनिष्क, विच इज द राइट आंसर बेटा?
So option C.
ऑप्शन सी. शिखा?
So option C.
ऑप्शन सी. ठीक है गायत्री, ध्यान से सुनो बेटा. द राइट आंसर टू दिस प्रॉब्लम इज ऑप्शन सी. लेट अस लुक एट द फील्ड पैटर्न. आउट ऑफ दिस कैपिटल क्यू एंड स्मॉल क्यू विच वन इज पॉजिटिव चार्ज बेटा? गायत्री,
So small
which charge is positive? Small q charge is positive. Okay. And what is the capital Q charge? It is
negative.
negative, right? So we know that ki small q charge is positive. This information is enough for answering this question. Yes, small q charge is positive, only option C. And if we look at the magnitude also, number of field lines emerging out of this small charge, how many lines are emerging beta?
So
11?
4 line.
No, from small q charge emerging. How many
So
lines
11.
are there? 11 lines are emerging out of this positive charge. And how many lines are terminating into negative charge? 4. So
4.
number of field lines emerging or terminating also gives us the magnitude idea. Na? That's why we can say that magnitude wise capital Q is less than small q charge. Yes. So magnitude wise this is the relation. So that's why option C is the right answer. Okay. Okay. Now question number 5. We will solve question number 5. I am giving you 1.5 minutes for this. Solve this one. first draw the free body diagram of the bob.
Yes, sir.
ना bob का FBD draw कर लो सब लोग. So then you will get an idea of forces and the geometrical relationship between the forces.
So 45 है.
हाँ जी, गायत्री and Shikha, are you able to solve?
So solving.
Solving. 45 सही आंसर है तनिष, है ना? So let us solve this. First we have to draw the FBD. So this is the support. This is the vertical direction. With this vertical, there is a string, and to that string there is a bob attached. Right. On this bob, multiple forces are acting, beta. But out of those forces, we will focus on only two forces, which are
Tension and electricity.
we can focus on mg also, है ना?
Yes sir, नीचे वो mg को बैलेंस करेंगे, ठीक है उसके.
mg है ना, mg and electrostatic force. So this due to this electrostatic force, this bob is hanging at an angle. Like if there were no electrostatic force, तो bob would have been vertically aligned, है ना? जो आपका string है वो vertical होता. But अभी क्या है? अभी due to the presence of this, there is some angle theta, and we have to find out this angle theta, right? So how can we find out, beta? If we extend this, and we will realize that this theta will be same here. And if we write tangent theta here, tan theta will be equal to f by mg. Tan theta will be equals to f by mg. So this is f by mg, tan theta. Now we have to find out theta. If a charge is placed into external electric field, what is the force on that charge?
QE.
Force is equal to Q into E. F is equal to Q into E, right? And what is this downward force, mg? We have to find out. Mg mass is given, g we can take 9.8 or maybe 10 also, approximate values, because since the angles are far apart, है ना? Angles are far apart. Even if we take 10, g as 10, so we can estimate the value, right? So we will calculate QE and mg, and after that we will calculate f by mg. So on calculating f by mg, we will realize that tangent theta is equal to f by mg will come up very close to 1. है ना. When you substitute these values which are given in the question, it will come up as 1. And then tangent inverse of 1 is 45 degree. Yes, tan 45 is 1. Tangent 45 is 1, है ना. So that's why theta will come as 45 degree. ठीक है बेटा. चलो, tangent 45 will come as 1 and theta will come up as 45 degree. ठीक है. Now we will solve question number 6. Solve it. Electrostatic flux through a surface of area 100 meter square lying in the xy plane is this if E is this. बताओ.
So 173.2.
ऑप्शन नंबर सी. सी इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन, है ना. सही है, शाबाश बेटा. देखो इसको करेंगे कैसे. इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स थ्रू अ सरफेस एरिया, इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स थ्रू अ सरफेस एरिया ऑफ 100 मीटर स्क्वायर लाइंग इन द एक्स वाई प्लेन इज if electric field vector is given as this. ठीक है. तो फर्स्ट वी विल ड्रॉ द एक्स वाई एंड जेड एक्सिस. ठीक है. लेट दिस बी x, दिस इज y एंड दिस इज z. x क्रॉस y इज z. तो डायरेक्शन सही होगा. नाउ देर इज एन एरिया विच इज लाइंग ऑन xy plane. So the area is lying on xy plane. We have to find out electric flux through this plane which is lying on xy. Okay. How to calculate, beta? What is the direction of the area vector here? Direction will be perpendicular to the actual area. It will be perpendicular to the actual area. So this is k cap direction. Yes. If we have to write out area vector in the area in the form of vector, we will write s is equal to s vector is equal to 0 I cap plus 0 j cap and 100 k cap. Yes. Electric field vector is given. We have found out the direction of area vector and we have written it as 100 k cap. Now we can easily write flux phi is equal to E dot s vector, E vector dot s vector. We will substitute the values. E is given as I cap plus root 2 j cap plus root 3 k cap, right? And dot product it with, इसके साथ dot product करते हैं बेटा.
100 k cap.
100 k cap के साथ. ठीक है. अब हम ऐसा करेंगे तो कैसा होगा. इक्वल्स टू I
100 root 3
j
होगा।
will not be having any component. The result will come up as 100 root 3. Root 3 is nothing but 1.732, and we will multiply it with 100 and it will come up as 173.2. So C, option C is the right answer. Gayatri, Shikha, have you understood this beta? Shikha? ठीक ठीक है, अभी हमारे पास हो गई ये क्वेश्चन। अब एक और शीट है जिसमें 6 क्वेश्चन हो रहे हैं, फटाफट करेंगे तो वो भी हो जाएगी। ठीक है, वो कौन सी है भाई? वो है हमारे पास ये वाली। ठीक है, चलो स्टार्ट करते हैं। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1। मिटता क्यों नहीं है यार? तो कितने बार भी मिटा दो, मिटता ही नहीं है। वाह, नीचे तो मिट गया है। हाँ, गायब हो गया। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 बेटा, फ्लक्स के लिए टोटल फ्लक्स कमिंग आउट ऑफ द क्लोज्ड सरफेस इज, बताओ।
Q by epsilon
क्यू बाय एप्सिलॉन नॉट। गॉस लॉ सीधा
by
बोल
Gauss
रहे हैं
law।
कि टोटल फ्लक्स इज क्यू बाय एप्सिलॉन नॉट, तो ऑप्शन ए इज द राइट आंसर। ठीक है, क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 करते हैं। 3 चार्जेस this have been placed as shown in figure in the 4 surfaces. This electric flux emitted from the surface S2 is, S2 सरफेस है, उस पे से इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स कितना होगा? नहीं आ रहा समझ? हेलो,
Yes,
हाँ,
so option D।
ऑप्शन नो, रुक जाओ। क्या करोगे बेटा, एक बार बताओ मुझे, हाउ टू सॉल्व दिस थिंग।
तो चार्ज S2
Phi
वाले
is
में जो
equal to
सरफेस में चार्ज,
Q enclosed divided by epsilon नोट, है ना। enclosed चार्ज कितना है S2 के अंदर? Q2 प्लस Q3। टोटल चार्ज
माइनस
enclosed inside is Q2 प्लस Q3। तो Q2 का वैल्यू लिखो और Q3 का मैं डायरेक्टली लिख रहा हूँ -1 10⁻⁻6 कूलाम। ठीक है, क्योंकि ये +2 था, ये -3 था, तो एडिंग दैम विल बिकम -1। अपॉन एप्सिलॉन नोट। तो अभी सॉल्व करोगे तो दिक्कत आएगी, राइट। हमें पता है कि k इज इक्वल टू 1/4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नोट। तो एप्सिलॉन को क्या लिख सकते हैं, वी कैन राइट एप्सिलॉन नोट इज इक्वल टू 1/4 पाई k। yes, so if we write epsilon is equal to 1/4 pi k, this 4 pi k will go into numerator, है ना। तो we can write it as -1 into 10⁻⁻6 into 4 pi into k का वैल्यू we can substitute 9 into 10⁻9। on solving this we will get it as 36 -36 pi into 10 to the
into
power
10 to the power 3.
3। so which option is right beta? Option number B. So option B is right answer. -36 pi into 10 to power 3। ठीक है, चलो अब क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 करो। शिखा बेटा डिस्कनेक्ट करके कनेक्ट करो, स्क्रीन तो विजिबल है। अब हुआ विजिबल शिखा स्क्रीन? शिखा अब विजिबल हुआ बेटा स्क्रीन? नेटवर्क इशू है शायद शिखा के घर पे। हाँ जी, आ गया आंसर। चलो और ले लो थोड़ा सा टाइम।
सर हुआ था।
नहीं हुआ? बताओ यार, कैसे कैसे बच्चे हो यार तुम। सुनो, देर आर इलेक्ट 8 चार्जेस सिचुएटेड एट द वर्टिसेस ऑफ अ क्यूब, है ना। एक क्यूब के वर्टिसेस पे 8 चार्जेस हैं। क्यूब ड्रॉ किया, इसके वर्टिसेस पे ये आठों चार्जेस रखे हुए हैं। रख देते हैं। साइड ऑफ द क्यूब इज कितना गिवन है? 20 सेंटीमीटर। ठीक है बेटा,
20।
20 दे रखा है। अब एक स्फीयर है जिसका रेडियस कितना है? 80 सेंटीमीटर, यानी डायमीटर कितना हो गया? 160। मतलब इस क्यूब से बहुत बड़ा स्फीयर। ठीक। उस स्फीयर के अंदर ये क्यूब बंद है। अब ये पूछ रहा है कि व्हाट इज द टोटल फ्लक्स कमिंग आउट ऑफ दिस स्फीयर। तो इफ वी से दैट कि वी यूज गोज लॉ, फाई इज इक्वल टू क्यू एनक्लोज्ड डिवाइडेड बाय एप्सिलॉन नोट। तो व्हाट इज द चार्ज एनक्लोज्ड इनसाइड दिस स्फीयर बेटा? ऑल द 8 चार्जेस। यस, all the 8 charges are enclosed inside the sphere. So we have to add all these charges. 1 minus 7 minus 6 minus 4 minus 10 plus 10 0 plus 2 minus 3 minus 3 minus 6 and plus 6 0. Sum of all these charges is 0. So total charge enclosed inside the sphere is 0 divided by epsilon naught. That means flux is 0. So which is the right answer? Option C. एक बार पढ़ो दोबारा से क्वेश्चन को, समझो। भाई बोला कि क्यूब के आठों कोनों पर रखा हुआ है चार्ज, तो नेट चार्ज 0 है, तो ऑप्शन सी इज द राइट आंसर। क्वेश्चन नंबर 4 करो। देखो, a closed cylinder of radius r is and length l is placed in a uniform electric field E parallel to the axis of the
तो दोनों
cylinder.
साइड के आंसर।
Then the electric flux through the cylinder must be. तो नेट इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स कितना होगा बेटा? जितना फील्ड लाइन एंटर करेंगी उतना ही लीव करेंगी। यस, बिकॉज इट इज प्लेस्ड इन यूनिफॉर्म एक्सटर्नल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड। तो फ्लक्स कितना हो जाएगा? टोटल फ्लक्स बोलो, बोलो बोलो। 0 हो जाएगा ना भाई। अगर
सर हाँ।
अगर चार्ज अंदर होता, इसके चार्ज अंदर होता, तो हम बोल देते कि फ्लक्स फिर कैलकुलेट करना पड़ता है ना, क्यू बाय एप्सिलॉन नॉट। बट इधर तो क्या है, एक्सटर्नल इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है, तो उसका फ्लक्स क्या हो गया? जितना फील्ड एंटर किया उतना ही एग्जिट कर गया, तो नेट फ्लक्स इज 0। क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 करो। 5।
रूट 3/2.
अंडर रूट 3/2. अंडर रूट 3/2 इज द राइट आंसर बेटा. ठीक है, ये आ गया आंसर आपका रूट 3/2. शिखा तो है ही नहीं क्लास में, कहाँ गए शिखा? नेटवर्क इशू. गायत्री, आर यू एबल टू सॉल्व बेटा?
Sir, I can't understand. Can you explain, sir?
हाँ ठीक है. देखो, there is a wire with linear charge density given as lambda. This wire is placed first inside the cube and it starts from this vertex to the opposite vertex, है ना, vertex to vertex. It is placed diagonally inside the cube. In second case, it is placed along the diameter in the sphere. So we have to calculate the ratio of flux coming out of the cube and the sphere. So what we will do beta, we will find out flux coming out of cube, divide it by flux coming out of sphere. So it will be nothing but charge enclosed inside cube divided by charge enclosed inside sphere, because epsilon naught will be cancelled out, right? So the problem will be now simplified to, we have to find out charge enclosed, and charge enclosed is equal to lambda into length enclosed inside cube divided by lambda upon length inside enclosed inside sphere. So lambda will be cancelled out. We just have to find out length which is enclosed in case of cube and length which is enclosed in case of sphere. So first coming to the sphere. So what is the length of the wire which is enclosed inside the sphere? It is equal to diameter of the sphere. So that means it is 2a. 2a. Length is 2 times of a. And in case of cube, if we have to find out, then we will
root 3a.
Diagonal length of the diagonal of cube is root 3a. If you already remember it, then it's okay. Otherwise, we can find it out using, after drawing the cube. Hai, we will draw the cube. Face diagonal of the cube is, if you have to find out face diagonal, this is a, this is a. Face diagonal of the cube is root 2a. And the body diagonal of the cube will come up as, we will have to take this a also, and then we will find out body diagonal of the cube. The body diagonal, the blue color is the body diagonal. We will use Pythagoras again, and this body diagonal will come up as root 3a. So now we have to calculate the ratio, and the ratio will come up as length enclosed inside the cube is root 3a divided by length enclosed inside the sphere is 2a. A will be cancelled out and the answer will be root 3/2. So option C is the right answer. ठीक है. Now option question number 6 ये और करो फटाफट से. क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 और करो बेटा. मैं अपना वीडियो ऑन करना भूल जाता हूँ. क्वेश्चन समझाते. Question number 6. A charge Q is placed at the center of open end of cylindrical vessel. The flux of electric field through the surface of the vessel is. ठीक है बेटा. So a charge is placed at the open end of a cylindrical vessel. Now the distribution of charge will be open end of the cylindrical vessel. Half of the charge will be inside the cylinder and half of the charge will be outside it. So the flux, if we talk about the flux, then the charge enclosed, the charge which is enclosed inside, this is Q/2. The charge which is enclosed inside this cylinder is Q/2. So using Gauss law, flux phi will be charge enclosed, that is Q/2 divided by epsilon naught. So it will come up as Q/2 epsilon naught. Yes. So the answer is option number C. Right, beta. So we have solved these 6 questions. I will share the notes of the class. If you have any doubts from today's class, stay back, otherwise we are done, है ना। तो अगर आपको